welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney. Last time, let's see, the room was set on fire, there was smoke, the room ran away, which I guess makes sense, this is the adventure of the runaway room. There was mention of a child murderer. That's all you need to know. Oh, also my best friend is dead and I'm very upset, but it's alright. I'm also an inexperienced lawyer and I'm in London and everyone here is very racist and I'm not very happy about it. But love, I have an excuse to live my Harry Potter days. Alright, it's the 18th of February, love. It's 12:52 p.m. The Old Bailey, defendant's antechamber. What on earth just happened in there? It was chaos, guys. You gotta go watch it. You gotta go watch it. And do the like and subscribe. Mr. Noto, I haven't managed to find out what happened. I've lost any chance. Mr. Sato, I was told it was an advanced form of a smoke grenade? A type of exploding device that releases smoke. He ran away? Bro! It's too soon to be having a guilty person that I have to defend. A smoke grenade? It sounds like the sort of thing ninjas use. They're just making sure everyone is safe now. I think the trial will start again before long. But who would have done something like that? The police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently. Flee the courtroom? Why? Well, it's a young girl from around 15, I hear. A young girl? Then could it be the other passenger? Was it? What if it's the same chick that killed the other dude and she's an assassin? My thoughts exactly. So he wasn't lying. Oh, what's become of Mr. McGilded, actually? There's so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here. I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer the questions. Along with a young girl. Who is she, I wonder? And what was she even doing here at the trial? She was taking a huge risk, and for what possible benefit to herself? There's another matter that's troubling me. What's that? The 20 pence. Oh, according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 4 passengers that night, at a fare of 5 pence each. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly. But now it seems there were 5 passengers. Well, she snuck on, obviously. Which means that figures don't seem to add up again. She's right, that is strange. Counsel for the defense, kindly proceed into the courtroom. The trial will recommence in 5 minutes. Oh, thank you, officer. We'll go in straight away. Aye, aye, Captain. Well, whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. It's the assassin from the first case, I tells ya. I really can't imagine what she's going to say, but it could alter the whole direction of the trial. We'll know soon enough, Mr. Sato. Yes! I got my 7-Up again. I'm scared. Can y'all see my face? I have light. So bright. 1 p.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. Yeah. Who is that? Hello there. Hello there. It's the same girl. It's the same girl I called it. Well, that's fizzy now. There's the young girl next to Mr. McGilded. Look. She must have been the one who caused the disturbance. It's the same girl! The one who hides her eyes. Well, after that rather uneventful recess, the court will now resume the trial for Mr. Magnus McGilded. Now then, Lord Van Zykes. My lord. Ah, yes. We gotta love sexy racist Edgeworth. I believe you have established the cause of the smoke, which failed proceedings earlier. It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade, of the sort typically employed by the army. Good gracious, the army? What in the devil's name? It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from the public gallery, but she was caught. It now occupies the stand. She's an assassin, I tells ya! Your name, girl? Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced such pandemonium here in my courtroom? What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior? if I may, my lord. Ah. Yes, Mr. McGilded? I think perhaps I ought to explain here. Oh, I don't know what his accent is. It changes every time. I'm sorry. Why is it that this wee lass was here in the first place, and why she tried to bolt like that? It is all tied up with the events of that night, so it is. You do not speak with British accent anymore. I don't know what you're talking like. What you got, Judge Santa? Very well, Mr. McGilded. Give your testimony. You explain to the court exactly how this young woman is involved in the case. She's an assassin! Just what did happen that night? It's not like a defense lawyer needs that information or anything. Sykes doesn't look happy. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then, begorra, a loud thud and a wee scream woke me from a fire start. There was a fellow collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I sat him up in the seat across from me. Then I turned to find where that scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find? There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. I remained somewhat baffled, I confess, from what I gather on the night in question. This young girl was indeed riding in the omnibus, is that correct? 'Tis exactly as the defense counsel said. This last was the 5th passenger, my lord. She's an assassin! There's no way she's not an assassin, because she killed the professor. Very well. The defense maker will cross-examine the witnesses. Are you ready, counsel? Yes, my lord. Or rather, no. I have no idea where to start. Wipe that smug look off your face, racist Edgeworth. Who's really pretty. It's fine. It's fine. It'll all be fine. The night in question took a back seat and almost probably nodded off. And then begorra, a loud thud and a wee scream woke up for the first start. There's a fellow collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I sat him up in the seat across from me.
Hold it!
You say she was hiding herself? Aye, that's right. It was hard to see in the dim lamplight, but she was all curled up in a wee ball when our eyes met. Well, me heartness is nearly stopped beating in my chest. Ugh, you're really overreacting this. Still and all, I pulled her out from under there and sat her in the seat opposite so I could have a wee chinwag with her. The seat opposite? That's right, just next to the dead gentleman there. You sat this young girl next to a corpse, sir. Well, it's not so mentioned. A gentleman in my position can also find himself in mortal danger. So, I need to find out just who this urchin was, you see. And while I was in the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream, fellow's voice this time. Presumably, that scream was Mr. First, who was sitting on the roof deck seats. Right you again, I would say, sir. Looking down through the skylight, he must have seen this girl and the gentleman with the knife in his body. In other words, the previous witnesses did not, in fact, see you at all, Mr. McGilded. What they believe to be you, the victim in this fact, this girl, and words. English. It's my first language, I swear. Hi, my lord. I was, as I think everyone understands now, that's sat in the back of the carriage out of sight. And now you're Russian? It's certainly plausible. The defendant is somewhat diminutive in stature. Readily confused, perhaps, with this young girl. After that, of course. With the scream from the gentleman of us, the driver realized something was wrong and pulled up the horses. I do wonder how you must be feeling, Mr. Nanowrimo. Being the defendant's lawyer and yet finding myself as stunned as everyone else in his testimony? Let's just say it's trying. We certainly had precious little time to talk to Mr. McGilded before the trial. But we mustn't be dispirited. We must try to learn all the facts we can. When we arrived in London this morning, I didn't see my day panning out like this. Mr. Nanowrimo, no grumbling, even in your head. How did you know that? Alright. So we did a little pressing here and there, and we got to do some more pressing.
Hold it!
A loud thud, you say, and a scream? Aye, that's right. How can I explain it? 'Twas like the sound of something falling to the ground, that sort of noise. So you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the floor, having been stabbed? Well, now, you'll remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say. And when the sound woke me up and I opened my eyes, there wasn't a soul to be seen in carriage, but they fell on the floor. You didn't see anyone. But at the same moment, you did hear a scream? Ah, from the seats above, you on the roof deck, I presume? Not above me, no, my lord. 'Twas from the inside the cabin. But I wasn't together thinking about the scream. No, I was too stunned by the desperate sight before my eyes.
Hold it!
You sat him up. The victim, you mean? That I did. The seat crossing me, as I said. I could plainly see the poor devil was already gone. And you wouldn't leave me dead man just lying on the floor now, would you? 'Tis common courtesy, so it is. I find that a little hard to believe. Ah, Lord Van Zykes, now why would that be? You wake up to find a man lying dead at your feet in a carriage. Any normal person would hail to the cabman. Any upstanding member of London society, that is. Well, now, as you know, I'm in something of a special line of business. The business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest. Unfortunately, my lord, not everything is thankful for the help I offer them, and some would even see me dead. So I do try where it's all possible to avoid getting myself in a tangle with trouble. Are you suggesting you were going to leave the man there? Heavens no! Heavens alive no! I was always intending to report, so I was. Only I had a mind to find out whys and wherefores first. The whys and wherefores? Right you are. There were some details I wanted to understand before anyone else got to meddle in. That wee scream I heard, for example. Wouldn't your good self do just the same? Yes, the scream he says he heard at the same time as the thud on the victim collapsing. That's how round found the scream come from. Bless my soul, what a tough find. I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except for yourself and the victim. So I did, sir, so I did. As far as I could see, that is. What did you mean by that? Well, now, it's quite a queer thing. The wee scream I heard as I woke up. It came from, if you excuse the vulgar expression, under me backsides. Good gracious. Under your backside? And when I lifted the seat on which I've been sitting, I found there was a wee cubby hole there for storage. Mr. Otto, we can examine the evidence ourselves, remember? Of course, the whole bus was submitted as evidence. This would be a good time to have a thorough look around inside. We've already done that. Okay, fine, I'll look at it, but like, I literally looked at it before. Stupid. Yeah, I've already done this. I'm just gonna make sure there's nothing more to look at. Wait, where's the stuff that was in there? It's empty. Something doesn't seem right here, but I can't put my finger on what it is. It wasn't empty before. Why is it empty now? What in the world? What? 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 There was stuff in there. She took it. Oh goodness. I just got exploded. And that's what I found her. Wait. I was a child now, caught up in the ball, hiding we self away. I forgot to press the first statement. Okay. I think we have to press one more statement and then it's up to me to like... I was on my wee backside and I prompted Glom to turn behind me. And when you first got in the omnibus, were there any other passengers already on board? There were not. The cabin was empty and there was no one in the roof deck either. You were the first passenger, as it were, I see. Aye, that's why I took the backside as I did. 'Tis the most comfortable, so it is. Okay. Could you explain exactly what you mean by the back seat? By all means, tis I already described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite the one in which the poor gentleman who was stabbed by sitting. Like I said, 'tis the most comfortable, where I feel most at ease. And of course, I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well. Thank you, I've heard enough. The events as explained are clear in my mind. However, at least one conundrum remains. Who is the girl? Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer, earns a crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. What? This girl here? A petty thief? She ain't a thief, man. She's an assassin. I'm calling that now. You heard it here. Order! Order! Is it true, Miss Lestrade? Can you talk? Miss Lestrade, you will answer the question. Ah! How dare you! What is the meaning of this? Where are you going? Ah! The girl, she's gone. Open your eyes. I'm over here. Good gracious, how? What was the point of that little sidestep? I know what y'all lot are thinking. Grown-ups are all the same. 'Tis this dirty little dipper, you say, slipped him up and got caught on the job. She got herself back in cool corner as she knocked the gent. Go on, that's what your ear says, ain't it? Unless that's the ballerina chick. But I don't think that's her. I think it's the assassin from the first one. No, not at all. This is a court of law. We're here to determine the truth. Stop it. Look, knives of cowards. Only thugs use weapons like that. All I need for what I do is these fingers. I'm a professional, alright? Maybe not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I do. Let me guess, you don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs? Oh, this? Yeah, that was in a bag I left it the other day, down where they keep the four-wheel drags. It's nice, ain't it? I like to pick pink best. Ah, do not wear that thing in my direction again. So, you admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question? Tis alright, lass. You can tell them the truth now. Alright, yeah. It's just like that Irishman said. Oh, he was supposed to be Irish. I can't do Irish. The court accepts this girl, Miss Gina Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady, you will now hear your testimony. You will tell the court exactly what happened in the omnibus on the night in question. Alright, if I have to. You're faking your accent, mate. And you are an assassin from the first case. You're a lot shorter though, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just making things up. So we're stuck inside the carriage before they look up the horses, just like always. I did not say that right. But it was a waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night. I'll tell ya, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitching there. Then after a while, I hear this loud bang. Nearly jumped out of me skin, I did. And the scream just came out. It's because of that this swell found me. It did help me get away, mine. So here's my question, lad. Why didn't your scream wake up the other two passengers that were sitting above her that night? Yes, he let you go. I fail to understand why you would let the street urchin go, Mr. McGilded. Oh, 'tis simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that for a fact. How? As I'm sure I said before, sir. I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself. I think a demonstration is called for. This is where I sat that night. And the cubbyhole which you have spoken is underneath this seat, I presume. Yes, it does appear just large enough to accommodate someone of the girl's stature. There was stuff in there. She took the stuff out. Aye, but of course this wee lass was stuck in there. Because I parked myself in the seat for the duration. Huh? So you see, that's why I let the lass bolt. I knew that if the police found her there, they'd automatically assume she'd done it. But I couldn't live with myself if a young life was ruined when all this time I knew she was innocent. Even though you must have realized your action would result in your own innocence being called into question. Not at all, my lord, not at all. I knew in my own heart I was innocent. So I thought it was worth taking upon to my own good name for the sake of this less fortunate lass. My goodness. What a perfect gentleman. My lord, this fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. I am ashamed of myself for ever doubting you, sir. Oh. Alright. Cool. I really don't want to win like this, though. Like, who did it? With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. Wait, is that everybody? Wait! That's everybody. Saints alive. All 6 members of the jury consensual in their leaning into the verdict of not guilty. I'd like to hear a little bit more, Your Honor. Mr. Naruto, it must mean what? We're victorious. We've won? Are you sure?
Objection!
Wait. You like, wait. I had to do it. Can I play that again? Can I go back? Wait. Okay. You have my respect, sir. If the sight of my iron-heeled Wellington offends, pray do forgive the discourtesy. This really is a consummate example of the one monumental flaw in British judicial practices. Yeah, when you lose because you're salty. Sorry, how's he hold the glass like? No. Where evidence and reasoning should be paramount, emotion rules the day. Emotion? The witness's latest statement gives us a clear insight into his true nature. What do you mean, his true nature? Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by officers of the police. Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witness put it, was included in their investigation. The compartment under the posterior seat was full of the coachman's belongings. That's what I'm saying. It's noted in black and white here in the police report. Good lord! The evidence has been tampered with. In order to corroborate Mr. McGilde's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat. That's what I'm saying. Calm down. Come on. Like, you're gonna win that easy. That's what I was saying. Order! Order in the court! How could such devious contrivance possibly have been effected, counsel? Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies of the constabulary in allowing this to have happened. However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. That's what I was saying! Well, my friend of an esteemed country. Me? When the carriage was submitted as evidence, doubtless you examined it in fine detail, as would any self-respecting practitioner of the law. Pray, what did you find the condition of the under-seat compartment to be? Oh, to be sure, the young gentleman will be able to clear this up in a jiffy. Sorry? Go ahead. You tell the court now, fella. How this is an elaborate excuse by the desperate Lord Van Zykes. No, he's right. Well, counsel, do you have something to say on this matter? Nah, bruh, I'll be here telling the truth. How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the state of that little... Yeah, it wasn't empty. I really don't know if giving this answer is helping my cause as counsel for the defense. But as far as I remember, at least... When I first examined the compartment, I'm fairly certain there were a number of articles inside. Yes. Are you sure, counsel? I'll be whist. What are you saying now, you daft doll? I thought you were on my side here. See, I am an honest person. What game are you playing? Your task is to defend the man in the stand. Why would you say something to compromise his position? Because I'm trying to find the truth. As the advocate for the defense in this trial, I confess I'm still not entirely sure where I stand. But it seems to me that I should state what facts I do know as clearly and honestly as possible. Interesting. You gotta do another little foot slam? 'Tis not altogether pleasing, fella. I'm simply telling the truth, Mr. McGilded. Well, don't forget that you're supposed to be representing my best interests here, lad. Now then. A fella's memory is a curious thing, not altogether reliable. No, the court must consider the facts. That there cubbyhole under the seat is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is. Do you think perhaps it would be in your best interest now to admit that you might have been mistaken? I know I'm not. Why? Why do I feel like something's not right here? I should like the jury to weigh in on this matter, I think. That compartment is designed to house equipment used to maintain the smooth running of the carriage. The Guild's rules state the omnibuses should be properly and fully equipped at all times. The Guild's rules state the omnibuses should be properly and fully equipped at all times, so it certainly wouldn't have been empty on the night in question. Bubba wasn't that irresponsible. Oh, is he switching his verdict? That moneylending fleecer and the pig purse are lying. Great. I'm glad I could be helpful. Oh my goodness, please. Can't believe I was nearly taken in. The stinking rich are always stinkers, nothing but cowards, the lot of them. What? Oh no. Guys! It's a trick! Of course it's a trick! Guys, can we calm down for a minute? Oh my goodness. Calm down. Let's do another cross-examination, okay guys? Okay? Quite so, I must concur here. Stop, please. No. Guys, calm down. Yes, but every time is a different truth, it seems. Yeah. Oh, shut the front door, guys, please. My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Clearly, a verdict of not guilty at this time would be wholly inappropriate. I mean, that's true. But, thank you, counsel. before we proceed any further. As a matter of the outstanding cross-examination. Counsel for the defense, begin your questioning of the witnesses, please. Yes, my lord. What just happened? The whole balance of the trial just shifted, almost beyond recognition. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work, it would seem. You little turd. Such a sore loser, though. Beating you is gonna be fun. So stop inside the carriage before they look up the horses, just like always. It was a waste of time. Got nothing to show for me troubles at night. Why not? A waste of time? Why is that? Well, most nights I'm on my own and the God permit at least some time. I beg your pardon, did you say God permit? Oh yeah, well that's not what my kind call it. You'd say the omnibus, I suppose. Point is, any normal around the carriage ain't got no one in it for a while. And that's when you come out of your hiding place and get away. That's it. Only that night. This culprit sat on me seat from the start. And he didn't budge the whole way, did he? Not 1 inch. I was totally stuck. Do you mean to tell me that you were present in the carriage for the duration? You were under the seat the entire time while events unfolded in the enclosed cabin. Yeah? Right, Mister? Meester? Meester. Meester Squirrel. Meester Squirrel. Meester Squirrel. Anyway, McGilded. To be sure, I was as shocked as anyone. You don't expect to lift the cushion you've been sat on in front of a child now, do you? So this Miss Lestrade couldn't possibly be the culprit then. Unless she's lying. When you say a loud bang, do you mean the noise of someone falling to the floor? Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember so well. Point is, it made me jump. And you let out a scream involuntarily. That's right. And then I felt the cushion over me head get loud all of a sudden. Presumably when the defendant got up in order to help the victim. Or not. It could equally have been the moment the accused stood in order to stab his victim, could it not? No, because here... What? No. Well, girl, did you see what happened at that crucial moment? I did not. I did. I pushed up the cushion at a quick butchers while I had the chance, didn't I? The Irishman was setting up the bloke with that falling on the floor in the seat opposite. The match Mr. McGill's comments account back Well then, Phil suddenly turns around and looks straight at me. I sunk back down again, but it was too late by then. I never should have risked looking.
Hold it!
And when Mr. McGilda discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place? I was scared stiff I was. He dragged me out and sat me down in the seat and all. Next to the victim, Mr. Mason. Yeah? The bloke got a knife in his gut. He was still bleeding. Then the carriage lurched a bit and he ended up falling onto me. How awful. Both me and hands got covered in blood. It made me feel sick as a dog. Both her hands covered in blood. That must be what the rooftop passenger saw. After that, I believe you talked with Mr. McGilded for a while, is that correct? He asked me some stuff, wanted to know my name and what I was up to, and that. Then I heard something from up above. Someone screamed. Mr. Face on the roof deck, one would presume. Well, I didn't want no one seeing me face, so I didn't look up. Then the horses were drawn up smallish, and then the Irishman says to me, "Get back under the seat. I'll see that you can get away later." All 6 members had decided the defendant was innocent. For one brief shining moment, yes. It's clear that they are still very unsure. And we could just find some conclusive piece of evidence. I'm sure we'd clinch the verdict. I think you're right. Something's bothering me. I don't know what's bothering you, because nothing's bothering me. These guys are stuck.
Hold it!
So, you were already in the omnibus before you even set up on its run. Well, yeah. I mean, what's the point of spending a Joey and make a few bob, eh? That's a room idea, ain't it? Especially means there's no point in spending money to make money. That actually makes sense. May I remind you, this girl is a petty thief. Kindly refrain from entertaining her tenants. Well, that does clear up the little mystery of the fares and all. 4 paying passengers at 5 pence apiece, making the 20, to which the cabman testified. And one little scapegoat riding for free. The Rick Conk of a driver always goes for some grub before his last run, you see. That's when I slip into the carriage and get myself hidden under the seat. Nice and easy, right? But your hiding place is a storage compartment. Full of equipment for the coach, no? Yeah, there's brushes and buckets and whatnot in there, sure. I always chuck all that out and cram in order to go on somewhere. No one ever seems to bother much. And yet, according to the report filed by the police officer who first arrived at the scene, the compartment was full of such paraphernalia? Well, I don't know nothing about that. Like I said, I moved all the stuff out so I could hide under the seat. That's all I can tell you. It seems we've reached the end of that line of inquiry. Continue. What haven't I pressed yet? Oh, that's the other one. I haven't pressed that one yet. So you couldn't see out of the cabin at all? Not a job. Most days I push the cushion up with me head and look out the crack. Then I can have a butcher. Is that who I'm gonna fiddle? I thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher. I mean, I can have a look. The seat get under ain't as plush as the other one, see. So most of the time, the passengers find themselves opposite. But for some reason, this Irishman spent the whole journey right over me head. For that reason, you weren't able to push the curtain up to peek out, I see. Truth is,
Well, no.
happy in small dark places. Feels too much like being thrown in the clink.
Excuse me.
Look around. Oh yeah. Is something wrong, Mr. McGilden? Nothing. Well, no. Oh, I do apologize for something in matter, Counsel. I'm just wondering if Miss Lestrade's last comment made something occur to you, perhaps? You seem to be thinking something to yourself. Oh, no, 'twas nothing important. I was feeling bad for the poor lass is all. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad shut up in the dark. Just terrifying, so it was. I see. Yes, I'm sure we can all sympathize. I'm still scared of the dark now. Aye, and I don't know about yourself, but I find that darkness seems to make everything you hear seem that much louder as well. Yeah, I suppose it does, maybe. Miss Lestrade, did you hear something that night? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps? Nah, not really. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. But Jambus, there's no need to tell the whole world me foibles, you little scamp. What a pity. If only Miss Lestrade had heard something, it might have given us a vital new clue. Yes. What should we make of that last statement? Oh, I thought that said it's profoundly important. Indeed, and profoundly. My lord. I believe that statement was made by the witness is profoundly important. Profoundly important, but all she said, she heard nothing. Which is profoundly important point. I'm almost sure of it. I'm sure I don't understand the inner workings of your Eastern mind, Counsel. Nevertheless, why? Why are they all like this? Miss Gina Lestrade, you will supplement your formal testimony by repeating that last statement, please. What? Supplement? What are you on about? Don't give me all your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do. Well, it won't work on me. That's right. Insult the judge. Always a good move. I was straining my ears to work out what's going on. So you were straining to hear what was happening the entire time, since the moment you hid yourself. Not exactly, no. Sorry. Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could just push the cushion up and have a butchers to see what was what. But then when I saw the swell getting on, it got me head down so he didn't notice me. Mr. McGilded sat on the seat under which you were hiding. Yeah? Would you Adam and leave it? What a mug. So then all I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out of there as soon as I heard him leave, see. But would he? Not likely. Interesting. Even though we stopped here and there, never heard the door open. So just had to put and listen, and I'm driving at big marks, snoring like an old dog he was. Have any conclusions? It don't add up. Miss Lestrade, what you said, just told the court, is clearly at odds with the facts. Aye? Odds? Are you sure, man? Are you sure, man? Absolutely. It seems my learned friend of an esteemed foreign country friend is not as dull-witted as I feared. So Van Dykes realizes it too. My esteemed friend of the Japanese Empire, please. Counsel, I must insist that you boys to your claim with evidence, or some complicit party's name at the very least. Yes, my lord. Alleged contradiction to the court. According to Mrs. Ray, while she was hiding the other night, she heard nothing but scandal. But think. There's something else she should have heard. Hold on. I know what she should have heard. I'm just not sure. I'm gonna just present the victim, I think, because she should have heard the body thumping. And I think that's our best bet. Very well, my lord. Allow me to elaborate. On a particular sound that Miss Lestrade should not have failed to hear on the night in question, she literally said she heard it.
Take that!
Thrice fired Mason. Mason. Hurrah! Yes, my lord. The sound that Miss Lestrade cannot have failed to hear is that of the victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus. Order in the court. Explain your reasoning, counsel. Miss Lestrade, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus. Is that correct? Yeah, of course I was. I got on while the driver was in the pub, didn't I? And the next person to board the omnibus was Mr. McGilded. Thought I was. Not a soul was in the cabin when I climbed aboard. At least not in plain sight. So you were, to all intents and purposes, alone and in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus at that time. Did I not just say it much? I wasn't traveling with anyone else, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I saw him get on, remember, through the crack under the seat cushion. He was on his own for sure. And from what we've heard, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its onward journey. During which time, did you not hear the door opening or closing at all? Nah, never heard it. That's exactly what I was listening for, wasn't it? Waiting for this swell to leave. In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage? We know that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Therefore, Miss Lestrade's statement about what she did or did not hear is at odds with the facts. Yes, this petty thief's statement was clearly flawed. Lord Van Dykes. Yes, he knew it all too well, and there was an inconsistency in her statement. It would seem words of thanks are in order for my learned friend. What are you talking about? You've demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colorful statements are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths, nothing more. He's dead right. How could the victim possibly not have boarded? Makes no sense. What is she doing? Oh. She didn't even say anything. You guys, can we just wait till the trial's over? She didn't even say anything. I didn't want to judge the dear little mite just because she has some rather naughty ways, I must say. I can't abide liars. Neither can I. Mr. Foreman, please. I didn't want to judge the girl just because she has some less than salubrious ways. But I must say, I cannot abide liars. You're kidding me, right? Mr. Otto, that's 5 jury members leaning towards guilty. U-turn. Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my esteemed friend of the Japanese Empire. To the considerable troubles you have spared me. You, my good friend, are borderline alcoholic. Yes, very refreshing. Ah! What are you playing at? Have you forgotten who you're working for? You used to see stuff like that. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. This is carnage. It's perfect. Why are you... What? Juror number 2 is the only one left. Sorry, this is the way it's going. The way it's going. I know. If we can't find some new way to convince everyone of his innocence, the judge will rule and we'll have lost. I very much wanted to believe the words of them, but those of us in service know we must accept hard truths. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Hold it! Thank you! Yes, the witness's last statement seems to have revealed a critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entirely new light on this whole case. What are you saying? Counsel. I'm sorry, sir? What do you mean? Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to prorogue my Explain yourself at once. When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand. And yet the victim's body was found inside the carriage. If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus? Options! Options! Save the options. Alright, what we got? As Godot would say, I'm out of coffee now, guys, so... Okay, there's another entrance who's put in there after he died. Ooh. I think maybe he put in there after he died. Because the guy was sleeping. Obviously, the victim must have been placed in the carriage after he was killed. Although there were 2 witnesses up there. We're just trying different things. Tell me, my learned friend, what was the function of that obviously in your last sentence? Well said, Logan Sykes. This obviously is troubling me also. No, that's really not the point. Then answer me this. How could a cadaver have been placed inside of a moving carriage? Obviously, okay, you suck. You suck. Fine. I'm guessing he was already in there with my other idea. Because if he was already in there and then they just like... There's another entrance? He was already in there. There's another entrance. He was already in there. Can you get in through the roof? We'll try that one. If the door wasn't opened even once, the only explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin some other way.
Objection.
Okay, nope. Guys, I'm just guessing at this point. Fine. Fine. I'm not listening to you insult me, you off-brand hot Edgeworth. The foot slam. So he was in there already. I don't know. Clearly, he was in there from beforehand. Oh, okay, maybe I should have stuck with the second one. Tell me, my learned friend. Oh. Okay, so it was the second one. Hold on. I need to not go so... I'm used to the music stopping whenever I'm right. The music stops and I'm like, haha, that's it. Okay. Calm down. Here we go. There's another entrance! Must have went in through the roof. Okay.
Objection.
I wondered what new fantasy you would come up with in your blind panic. But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door. The other has only windows. Fixed windows, which cannot possibly open, in short. There is no entrance to the cabin. But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered. Oh, really? Yes, one other way inside that isn't the door. Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin. So I was right. Okay. Alright, counsel. So it was placed in there after he died then. The defense will identify the location. Unless you went in through this way. Can you go in through here or here? Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Let me cheat. Uno momento, por favor. Okay. So go here. Okay. Let's try presenting the roof. The roof first, and if it's not the roof, but the music stops, so it is the roof. The answer is obvious. It could only have been the skylight. I say, the skylight.
Objection.
Your ludicrous proposal almost has me lost for words. However...
Objection.
The skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through.
Objection.
So you claim. But do you have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory? Both Mr. McGillen and Miss Lestrade said the same in their testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as the noise made by someone falling to the floor. Yes, which has already been explained, as the sound of the victim falling from his seat, having been assaulted with a dagger. Yes, it has, but would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witnesses describe? A noise loud enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out a scream? Good gracious! Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment that the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it.
Objection!
You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin? That's simply impossible. How can you be so sure? Because if the victim had fallen inside through the skylight as you say, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. And yet, not one person made mention of such events in their testimony. Well, yes, it's true, but... Might a humble fellow make a wee comment here, Mr. McGilded? To be sure now, the two fellows who were sat on the roof that testified afore said nothing of a victim falling through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not so much a case of them not saying, but... Aye. 'Tis a case of them being unable to say? What? I think perhaps the two fellas do be having something of a compelling reason not to mention what happened. Would yous not agree, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Oh my goodness. What? Those two chaps on the roof? You mean the ones who stuck the knife in the man were... Huh? I liked my assassin theory better. What exactly are you insinuating here, you blitherer? You rotter! He said you rotter! What are you insinuating? This is flamage outrage. I'm a good mind judge to give you a blinker in a minute. He'll give you a shiner in a minute, he said, and so will I. Mr. Fairplay, you're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman and a well-respected banker. And me, a very angry header. Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts. It's a disgrace. Scandalous. It's... I protest in the strongest possible terms. That's right. I protest too about you rotten scoundrel. Suspicious. Order in the court. This is not the time to witness this. I will not permit this wanton invasion of the stand. Return to the anteroom at once. Beyond reason, my lord. It's outrageous. It's very hurtful, you know. My lord, if I may comment. Go ahead, Lord Van Zykes. It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses. My lord friends has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof. Accuse? I never intended to. It seems, young esteemed friend of Japanese origin, that your command of English tongue is wanting. It doesn't even sound any better at this point. Might as well just say what he's saying. You proposed to this court that the victim fell through the skylight to the roof deck of the omnibus. That hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events. You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have intimated their... what? Okay, their criminal guilt. In our British courts of law, that is what is termed a baseless accusation. I know I was rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought. What are we waiting for? Get them to testify! Thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on the fella. We have to see this matter through now, one way or the other. If there's filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it at once. Testify! Testify! What's happening, Mr. Naruto? The spectators in the public gallery are in a complete frenzy. Testify! Mr. Fairplay, Mr. First. My lord, you will take the stand again and make another formal testimony in reference to the indictment brought up by the defense. Yes, my lord. Ah! I lost my headphones. They're gone. They're gone. I'm back. We survived. I didn't come here for this. You aren't a good guy. There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward. Keep moving forward. We were the only two people up on that roof deck. Dead or alive, I can swear to that. If anything happened where we were sitting, don't you think one or two of us would have noticed? In any case, neither of us knew the first thing. The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it. If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof? I must say that on listening to this testimony, it's somewhat hard to imagine. However, the witness could have performed any malevolent act in this open rooftop deck without the other noticing forthwith. That's right, you see?
We're innocent, I tell you.
Although logically, of course, the argument falls down if the two of you were in collusion with one another. What?
Huh?
According to investigations by Scotland Yard, the two witnesses share no common dealings. Huh. Well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich. Something doesn't feel right here. The trial is going in our favor, really. So why do I feel so uneasy? Me too, me too. Counsel for the defense, over to you. Your cross-examination, please. Oh, yes, my lord. Unless our guy is guilty. That is a possibility. Dead or alive.
Hold it!
Proof. That's right. I demand to hear it.
We came to say what we saw, I tell you. Not for this.
But you call us both shysters, brand us as criminals.
You call us liars, that's what he means, and accuse us of doing it.
As it stands at the moment, there's no hard evidence that incriminates yourselves, now is there? I believe we're in much same position as one another here. If I don't crack this case soon, he'll crack his teeth. I couldn't say. I don't really know anything about them. Yeah, we don't know our guy either. So hard to know what to believe here. I think we should try to remember that it's evidence alone that can truly determine the outcome of the trial. Evidence. No one can argue against decisive evidence, including the members of the jury. Some of us present evidence. I don't have conclusive evidence. I'm sure I do somewhere. Okay.
Hold it!
So at no time did the victim, Mr. Mason, climb up to join you on the roof deck? Absolutely not. No, he didn't. Oh, but yes, of course. I remember seeing them both. I saw the victim in closed cabin talking with this man here. Is this true? Dear me, my lord. At the risk of repeating myself, I boarded the Omnibus alone and nodded off inside almost immediately. That's an outright lie, without doubt you were engaged in. Let me stop you there, fellow, and ask, do you have any evidence at all? At all? Huh. 'Tis all about evidence in court these days, it is. You'll do well to remember that. This is going so well.
Hold it!
Well, it was on the final run of the omnibus at past 10 o'clock in the evening. It certainly would have been quite dark, perhaps too dark to see clearly. Is this some kind of lock?
It's some kind of joke, he said. What is this?
Perhaps one or the other fell asleep briefly. Are you for drinking, sir?
You serious? It's impossible.
I'd give you the keys to the vault so you could fall asleep in the bed, that bit of cold. And if you did manage that your eyelids were free shut and you never open them again. That's extreme. It's extreme, I tell you. And we had to put up with it because this man had locked the door. And your gent would have unlocked it and let me in when I knocked. I'm dreadfully sorry about that, young fellow. But you see, I was away with the fairies and I didn't hear you at all.
That's a lie. I saw you through the glass. You were talking to someone.
Now, 'twas a cold night, so it was. People do be seeing things around in the real cold. In the cold, 'tis hardly surprising.
Seeing things?
I believe we have reached an impasse here in this particular point.
You?
Don't take it personally now, lad. If I'm the suspect in this case, it's only fair that you and the other phenom too. Open and free competition is what capitalist society is all about. This isn't a competition I should like to be involved in.
Hold it!
So you never met Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason before? No, not once, never. He'd never met the man before, never. And you, Mr. First, had no prior dealings with the victim either?
That's right, sir. Hatters don't so much do with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir.
I imagine not. You see how many different ways can I put this? Neither of us.
Oh, no. Excuse me.
Scusi. Mr. McGilded.
Yes, counsel. What can I be doing for you?
Did the witness's last statement just give you a pause for thought somehow?
Not the remotest connection. Is that right now, I wonder?
What are you insinuating now?
Ah, Mr. Fairplay. It has been too long, so it has.
Eh?
If I'm not much mistaken, I believe it is fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date.
I beg your pardon.
You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir.
At an unconscionable rate of interest. You tricked me. It's extortion.
Well, now, is that a touch of begrudgery, is it? The sort of begrudgery that might motivate a fellow to pass his crimes off on another? Oof. And you're first? Me, sir? What do you want with me? You do be making hats for a living, do you not? That there's hat sliding about your head? Is that one of your own creations, is it?
Oh, well, I'm just an apprentice. I'm learning to find fit for whatever fine gent walks through the door.
The perfect fit, is it? Well, 'tis very distinctive design, so it is.
Many customers that like it. I tell you, they like distinctive touch.
Customers, such as Thrice-Fired Mason. There was a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence before, my lords.
Oh, this you mean?
I can't help thinking the poor fellow's hat looks distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say?
That's one of my hats.
Aye, that it is. So it would seem the brickmaker was a customer of yours. The sort of customer, I wager, you could have had a wee quarrel with over the distinctiveness of the goods.
Oh no, sir, absolutely not, sir.
Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say these two fellas here haven't been in remotest connection with the victim, you see. I rest my case.
You little weasel.
He's better at this than I am. Gosh, Mr. McGilded has certainly been through in his research, hasn't he? Thorough.
He's evil is what he is.
Please, don't let me little interruption hold up the proceedings.
Hold it!
We'll press on this one and then we'll go back. Are you quite certain about that? That the skylight was shut the entire time? I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute.
He's gonna lose his rag with you. That's what he said.
Take a look for yourself. Go on. You see? It's shut fast now, just like it was at night.
So it is, of course. A fellow the size of Mr. Mason could likely break right through it, steal and all.
What?
Just looking at the size of the thing, you understand.
Hey, now you hold down there a minute, sir. The size of Ching means nothing. Not on its own. Let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we? Let's stop biting our cane, shall we?
I was was riding the omnibus on another occasion when, I broke wind loudly. I shocked myself, and so it happens.
This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First.
Oh, I just mean to say, well, the point is I tried to open the skylight. But just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone was looking daggers at me. I went as red as a rogue, I did.
Are you expecting me to sentence you?
Oh, no, sir. The point is, the skylight can't be opened.
Fine.
Hello.
Excuse me.
You seem suspicious.
Do you have something to say about that, Miss Lestrade?
Miss Lestrade.
It opens. The skylight. That is what we're talking about, right?
What are you doing?
All them skylights open. Dead easy.
More easily than you can load that weapon?
That's a lie, I tell you. Otherwise, I would have broke wind.
You can't do it from inside, you mug. Oh.
Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck on one of them drinks, and I had a great haul. I had persons coming at me, yes.
Mr. Strahd, this is not the phone to be allergic to the handicap subject activity.
Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare. And when I lifted the last bloke's purse, he got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't rip off the bus and lick it. So what I did was I used the skylight, opened the catch, and jumped right through.
What?
Yeah, the catch for them skylights is on top side. That's why you can't open them from the cabin.
The skylight opens from the roof deck. Bailiff, climb up onto the roof once and verify this claim. We didn't test this earlier.
Oh, my hat. See?
Order! So, it appears the street girl's statement is quite true.
I don't believe it. The skylight opens. And from the roof deck. Mr. Hudo, this could be the clue we've been looking for.
Well, counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. So, the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate for myself.
I didn't know you could do that. There we go. Let's see. So skylight was fastened shut before, but now the catch has been undone. We should be able to open it.
Wow.
You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure.
Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin, so I'm sure the witness would have been able to see quite clearly.
That's not good for us.
I'd like to present some evidence, but first, give me a moment to save my progress. I'd like to save my progress, sir. Thank you very much. And now I'm going to present the little, because we literally have the entire crime scene in our hands, and we're going to present that as evidence.
Objection.
No, is that not it? No? Okay, then we go back. That's so weird that I don't... Then what do they want me to do there, sir? I'm very confuzzled. I don't quite understand what the point is. I'm a little bit confused. But we'll figure it out. So we go here and we go to the... we go presenting. We like to present evidence around here. Armband... Can we examine it here? I'm not sure that helps us.
Okay, we try that one.
Objection.
Nope, that one didn't work either. So we're gonna go back. And we're gonna load it again. I don't understand what I'm supposed to present, but clearly this is what happened. Unless there's something, hold on a moment, un momento, por favor. So we go to here, and if we go here, let's observe the carriage a little bit more. Perhaps there's something inside and we just didn't see it. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, is it the blood just soaking out? That's blood. Is something wrong? Oh, it's just, well, that blood seems so obvious. Van Zykes made no mention of it. I suppose that does seem a little strange. Why do I have such a bad feeling? Okay, wait, so can we go back and try this again? Okay, can we try presenting it now?
Objection.
Seriously? Okay. Why is this not it? I'm confused. I just don't understand. So we're gonna lower it from the one I was just in. Okay, so I did that. Well, I did a little bit of the pressing. There's something about the blood stains. Let me look at the other statements. Alright, maybe we could just present that one.
Objection.
Is that not it either? There is something odd. What do you... What do you mean there's nothing odd? Oh man. I'm so confused. Alright my friends, I did a little bit of I did a little bit of investigating, not investigating, a little bit of cheating. So if I go up here, I definitely, oh, okay, fine. Okay, I definitely was a little bit quick to say, oh, I don't see anything, because there's something over here. Do a little bit of spinning around. They said you can see like a little. Can I zoom in? That'd be great. But it's not letting me. Maybe the latch. Yep, it's on the latch. See, look at that. I did not see. I would not have seen that. I would have been so confused. So this is the roof deck of the omnibus. Oh, you must have had a wonderful view from London streets from up here. You said all the way up here. Oh wait. Oh, hold on. I clicked it. I thought I clicked it. Okay, hold on. Right. Can you let me click right there? I want to click. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to click the. Would you let me? That's blood, and I'm trying to click on the blood. Nope. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna pause while I try to attempt to click the correct area. Okay, I got it. You got to go inside. Yes, it does look quite wide, doesn't it? Kick something through? Why someone like me? Ah! What is it? Look, just here. Look at this. That's without question. It's blood. Why would there be a blood stain there? Surely it can't be unrelated to the case, can it? No. Alright, guys. Okay, guys. Okay, we got it. Okay. Hey. What?
Objection.
Hey. So it was that. I just had to observe it more. On the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach. And immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts. And the irrefutable proof remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today in this very courtroom. What? That's utter humbug. Ugh, you can't possibly have any evidence. No, you can't. I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you. It's impossible. irrefutable proof. Here in this courtroom? Counsel. My lord, I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here. We got you, Santa Claus. La 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 la. Yes. Oh. Present. Got it! By Jupiter, is that blood? This blood stain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open. What? And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening. Oh my! And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime. No! No! Never. Order!
Hold it!
Hold on. But, the blood could have sprayed up when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin. And only found its way to that one particular spot on the skylight. Sure, and that would be very convenient. Ugh. Well, let's keep in mind the skylight catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I? But, there's no way to know for certain, is there? The dent really fell through the skylight. Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? Tis all too plain if you see. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fellow dropped from a fair height right there. So it is. What? No. But it can't be. It's all lies! My fellow jury members, I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we? I believe we can. Yes, sir. It's clear to me now that where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom. So, they thought they could pull the wood over my eyes, did they? I won't tolerate any of the guild's carriages being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it. Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who gave us that delightful park couldn't have done such a thing. Ah. On three then, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Objection!
Hey, calm down. Shut the front door. You're a salty loser. That's what you are. A chilling performance, Mr. McGilded. Oh, and what would you be referring there now, Lord Van Zykes? He is very suspicious, I will say. A bloodstain on the frame of the skylight? Oh, a bloodstain on the frame of the skylight. Such evidence is null and void. What? Why? For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed. What?
Objection!
What? What are you talking about? It's there for all to see. It's clearly blood.
Objection!
I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb. So I can state with absolute surety. No such smear of blood existed in the carriage. Oh, that's the evidence they planted when the lights went out. So he's just guilty and I'm gonna lose. Is that where we're at? At least not until this trial began. But are you suggesting, Lord Van Zykes, that the stain of blood was fabricated, my lord? Yes. And while this court has been in session... What? I must say I didn't expect such crude reasoning from a prosecutor. You're standing, Lord Van Zykes.
But I'm Magnus McGilded, fellow known all over the capital for his fine contributions to public life. I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight it to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey. Mr. McGilded, I realize that this is your first appearance in court as the accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts. Adapt the facts? What does that even mean? When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGilded's, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses. I toast your ability to concoct the most convenient of stories, sir. Lord Van Sykes, this will not do to be sure. Will it now, Counsel? Oh, no. I think it's fair to say, this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood and the skylight don't exist, you say? I don't think he's lying. I think they tampered with it when the lights went out. So if I win, it's by cheating. But if you all cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus there has been in courtroom the entire time? How could anyone possibly put a smear of blood in it without the world? I bet that the world and his wife seeing? Well, duh. Isn't that right now, Counsel? No. It's true. The omnibus has been in full view the entire... No, it hasn't. My learned friend. Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter. In your own words. As you wish. Could someone have tampered with it during the trial? It could have been possible. Well, yeah, the smoke bombs, bro. We have to tell the truth. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best as I can. But still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. There is no evidence to suggest the defendant did as my learned friend suggested. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility. Good gracious. Explain yourself, Counsel. There is no evidence, though. That's a fact. Yes, there is. It seems my learned friend has no intention of running from this deceit. My esteemed learned friend from Japan, that is. Deceit. I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly the recess that we were forced to take. As a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently on the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade. There's still no evidence. What is going on? Be careful. Dang. That's how they emptied it, too. The courtroom was filled with smoke and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave the chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and in all the chaos, you just did a full turn. It could have been possible to steal the inside the omnibus. You're still a sore loser. Are you wise? What are you trying to pull? You rotten gouger. Gouger? You're supposed to be defending me. 'Tis a wicked plot. 'Tis a wicked plot to undermine me, so it is.
Objection!
Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus. Inconsistencies such as, to start with, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat. Yeah. When the police investigated the omnibus, the compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we have the smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. I knew... Okay, I feel better now. I'm like, I don't remember seeing that. As I have said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning. Unfortunately, Lord Van Zykes, no one is able to corroborate your claims. I can. Both the storage room and skylight were shut. Accordingly, I'm afraid to say, we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not. Indeed, my lord. No doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things. I did. What do you think? Sorry? I looked. About the omnibus. Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus? Is there? I'm honestly not sure. But let's look. Maybe there's something. Something a little funky. Let's pretend I have an inkling. My lord. Yes, counsel? There's one further inconsistency. A mark that surely could not have been present at the start of the trial. What? What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you dare betray me, a little Silence, McGilded. The court awaits the defense's clarification. This trial keeps swinging one way and then the other. I have no idea what's the truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to believe here? Shall ask you to elaborate, counsel. I'm just seeing if there's anything. Not there. Man, this music's so good. Light? Nothing on the lights, okay. I don't know. Can I open it, please? Can we not prove it? I don't see anything. Unless I'm just like... Here's what we're gonna do. Are the footprints? Is there... Okay, that wasn't there before, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that was there before. If we consider the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor cap, I don't remember seeing that there before. Okay. You would certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I can recall, this bloodstain on the cabin floor was not there when the... Yeah, that's what I was saying. Okay. Okay, I feel better now. I thought I was losing my mind. I'm like, I swear, I looked at this and this wasn't here. What you got, Santa? Yes, I do believe you're correct, Counsel. Well said. Am I earning your respect yet? Although, as advocate for the defense, one might say that was a very careless slip of the tongue. Nah, I just want to find the truth, bro. I don't care about this random English gentleman. I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether that evidence is genuine or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there is at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. It is fake. It wasn't there when I looked earlier. Like, y'all be taking advantage of me, bro, for my short-term memory loss. Ah! Are you gonna confess? This trial is over. Mr. McGilden? I've done everything possible I can to cooperate with the court, but it is all over now. But you're the defendant. It is over, I tell you. Goodness. Memory, recollection, what people think they saw, it is all nonsense. Facts are what counts, and the fact is that Boston is there now. Well, and over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it has been, that Guffin, that Nanowrimo, the Bailey, has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. True. That's actually so true. I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought better of Lord Van Zyke's. Well, my lord? I must concur with the defendant. The unaffirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. I'm gonna win? He's gonna hate me. In the absence of any credible method by which to prove his alleged previous non-existence. I'm gonna win based on fake evidence? I regret to say it would be improper for this trial to continue. Your lordship can't be serious. Lord Van Zyke, what's your position? No way! He's gonna get off? The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present. But he's guilty! No! Very well. In that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed with my adjudication, as a formality, and of course oblige first. Please, okay, good. To confirm with the defense first. What formality? As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGilden will be found not guilty. Yeah. Which would mean we've won. Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really alright for the trial to come to an end now with all these unexplained inconsistencies? Counsel of the defense, your closing statement, please. Yes, my lord. The defense believes... Oh, hold on. I should probably save just in case. Nah, bruh. Nah, you ain't getting off that easy. Also, I'm gonna make friends with this prosecutor no matter how many slurs and swears he throws at me. You ready for this? Plot twist. I'm here in this courtroom today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. McGilden. However, at this moment in time, I cannot in all good conscience attest fully to the defendant's innocence. What are you saying, man? Why do they call me man? Without any question, there is no conclusive evidence to prove that the defendant is guilty. However, there is also no conclusive evidence to prove that he is innocent. Good gracious me! Order! This is unprecedented behavior, counsel. A defense lawyer calling the accused innocence into question. Are you of sound mind? Oh, 'twas Grand's decision to purchase my lord, so it was Grand's decision. What? I must say, I didn't expect such an exciting spectacle at the end there, but still. Here, have this for your troubles. What? Your job is done, fellow, and some fine work you've done. So you have. What do you mean? 'Tis just as the right honourable gentleman so distinctly put here for. The trial can't go on anymore. And your closing statement there was, how did he put it now? Nothing more than a formality. You are so guilty. Can he start confessing? What is this? I really don't know what to make of all this. What's the evidence? Did we see genuine or was it fake? His lordship would be fuming. Any unsightly rubbish should be disposed of promptly, as they said. The stinking rich are always guilty of something. Mark my words. I feel terribly ashamed that I ever doubted that lovely man who gave us the lovely park. What are you gonna do, bro? Now the proceedings have unfolded in this way that they have. I'm compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, the court must accept the defendant's plea. I thank you kindly, my lords. I hereby pronounce the verdict of this court.
Objection!
Good! But we still haven't determined if the bloodstain in the omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if these witnesses are telling the truth or a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth. Lord Van Zykes, my lord, the case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain, and simple. If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful perversion of justice to take place. My sincerest apologies, my lord.
Objection!
But wait! When we were evacuated from the courtroom, Lord Van Zykes ordered the evidence to be secured. I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility on this matter. That's so unfair! The culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established by the court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to rule. What? You are so evil. Well, Lord Van Zykes, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fellow, I couldn't have asked for a better defense. Do you mean to tell me this has all been a grand waste of time? 'Tis the law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law. Magnus McGilded. Good grief, you've more to say to me, have you? Just one thing. A warning. This is far from over. I'm scared. Look at that face. I'm scared. Well, something to be looking forward to then. Yeah, he coming back. Bro, I really tried. I can't believe I'm gonna win. I thought maybe I'd lose like the first game. I hereby pronounce the defendant, Mr. Magnus McGilded, not guilty. We won. We did it. This is some Primal Fear stuff. I don't want those fireworks, man. I'm so sad. They're gonna like blame it on the Japanese or something stupid too. Oh man. With the courtroom in pandemonium for the second time that day, the judge delivered his verdict. My first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end, with the defendant being found not guilty. Astoundingly a victory for us. Yo. What in the world is going on? I can't do any more guilty clients, please. This is why I'm not a lawyer. On top of the fact that I have to cheat to win. That certainly was a long trial. Yeah, it was. Your first ever trial on foreign soil and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations. You, Miss Susato. Thanks for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy. The trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened. Well, we didn't have enough time. But isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't even know that. The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection. Aye, that you did. Mr. McGill did. Ah, and that girl is with him too. Well, it seems the stories are true. Oh, what stories? About the 6 enormous fireworks they do be letting off when there's a victory of not guilty. I'm sure you must have seen them now. Spectacular, what you say? Yes, definitely. I heard it was a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. And I have you to thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything. What on earth are you saying, fella? How did I walk out of there a free man then? I don't think it was much so thanks to me as down to your planning. You're a straight talking fella, aren't you? I must say, you had me astray in the head there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong. Ah, 'tis water under the bridge. Congratulations, Mr. McGilden, on having your name cleared. But nothing's resolved. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh. You've all seen that I didn't do that odious and obstinate deed. 'Tis grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters in hand and sort out any wee details. They'll see it for what it is. They'll get to the truth. I've absolute faith in them, so I have, after all. I do be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay. It's not that funny. So then, as we agreed aforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. Oh, no. I couldn't possibly accept that much. I be whist. You're humble people, are you? You're from the east? Well, if you insist. But have this, still in all, you deserve a reward. Mr. Magnus McGilden. Everything is ready, sir. If you'd like to follow me into the courtroom. Into the courtroom? What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe. Hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There was some changes to schedule. Well, I must be making tracks now. 'Tis time for the inspection. Sorry? What inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. They're going to examine it again? Now? Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. But as an upstanding member of London society, I do be doing my best to help where I can. It is a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fare thee well. It was an absolute pleasure meeting yous. I hope you have well of a time while you're studying here in Great Britain. And there he goes. The free man. Oh, I forgot she was here too. What are you doing? I really thought you were going to be the assassin. Don't move! Whereas I want to say, get a move on. She really does take forever to load that thing. Mr. Strayed, would you mind putting that thing down? You're a grown-up. Sorry. And I ate all grown-ups. Oh, there you are. Naughty, running off like that. Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl? And taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to trial run of my experiential smoke grenade launcher. Ha.
Oh, do you want to play? You won't beat me.
What? Who are you?
Oh, good day to you. I'm Will, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine.
The inventor?
Well, normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? What, and more what? If you have to be shrouded in smoke, it could at least be pretty color, I thought to myself.
Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though? At all?
I just took my eyes off for a moment whilst I was changing into a different omnibus and she pinched it. Luckily, I fitted in with the telegraphic beacon.
What's it now? I have no idea what this girl is talking about.
Anyway, you're coming with me now. Back to my laboratory.
What? What for?
To apologize, of course, Ellie, to my technician.
What? You mean, say sorry? You must say sorry when you've done something wrong.
Surely an adult has told you that before.
An adult? I don't listen to no adults.
Come along then, follow me.
Fine, have it your way.
Oh good, you see. I knew you'd want to do the right thing in the end.
I'm fairly sure that what she wants is to not get shot by that massive gun of yours.
We'll be leaving now then. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry for all the fuss.
Who are you? She was a lively one.
Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way now too?
Yeah, you're right, but where to? Oh, we haven't had time to find a place to stay. No sooner had we arrived in London than we had to rush here. All of our traveling cases are still with the bailiff.
I was originally planning to spend today in search of lodgings.
But at this late hour in the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck.
Don't worry though, I have a plan. If worse comes to worse, I've heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night.
Please tell me you're not thinking of a gilded park.
I know it may be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through.
I want you to know it is currently negative, 14 degrees here. I'm not so sure about that. I think midwinter London night will freeze a young person solid just as easily as an elderly one.
Oh dear, that doesn't sound agreeable.
Now I'm starting to regret turning Mr. McGilded down. That 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room or mansion. Where did we go? Where are we living? And so, the trial to determine my worthiness for the study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, as soon as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead. Just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned, the case was far from over. Okay, that's interesting.
What's going on? Get the fire brigade!
Did it just start playing another case? I'm gonna watch it now. Wait!
How did this happen?
I don't know, sir. By the time I got here, it was already engulfed.
No one was supposed to be allowed in here before we started investigating.
Who's in there?
No. Oh, good God.
You should probably let them out.
There's someone in there.
Watch out, Santa.
Oh. This can't be.
Is that a scar? Who's in there? Why aren't you letting them out? What? Yo, let them out. What are you doing? Yeah. I got nothing. See you next time.